Okay, we can start.
Yes.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Elhamdülillahi Rabbil alemin. Esselatu vesselamu ala Resulina Muhammedin ve ala alihi ve sahbihi ecma'in. Esselamu aleyküm ve rahmetullahi ve berekatuhu. Today we are making a good program, inshallah. We have been started an initiative named Islamic Economics and Finance Talks. We were making these talks on online basis, but today we have a chance and we have a very important prominent guest, and we are making an offline program together. Our students, our Indonesian friends and Indonesian students guests are here. Hopefully we are making a good program. We have a very important topic today. It's about the Waqf ecosystem development in Indonesia. When we look from the Islamic financial perspective, social finance and social finance instruments are very important, and Waqf issue also is a very ancient and very important topic. We welcome our guest, Dr. Henry, today, the City of Law. City of Law, inshallah. We'll listen him. But before we are passing the floor, Dr. Henry, I would like to give some brief information about Dr. Henry. Dr. Henry, born in 1971 in the Center. This accomplishment scholar has dedicated his life to the Islamic economics. His journey began in 1992, and it took him from earning a bachelor's degree in statistics at IPB. IPB is Agricultural University, I think, yes, in IPB. And after then in philosophy in Islamic economics at the International Islamic University in Islamabad, Pakistan. As a permanent lecturer and deputy director of the graduate school in Ibn Khaldun University, Bogor, he has imparted knowledge in Islamic economics at various prestigious institutions, including the universities of Indonesia, Trisakti University, Ibn Khaldun University, IPB University, and more. Beyond teaching, he is an avid writer and researcher. I think more than 40 books.
40 books.
Yes. Contributing to esteemed publications such as Hidayatullah magazine, HRD magazine, and Jakarta Post, and among others. His extensive portfolio includes 40 books, mashallah, doctor, spanning in Indonesian and English, as well as academic papers in national and international journals. In addition to his educational and research pursuits, he holds numerous professional certifications, demonstrating his expertise in fields like Sharia supervisor, risk management, and cooperative management. This is a short biography, Doctor. Thank you very much. But I think it's not enough to say about Dr. Henry. And I would like to welcome Dr. Henry, the City of Law, to our university, because cooperation and collaboration is very important. And Dr. Henry opens many doors to our university and to Turkish universities. Inshallah, we will increase this cooperation and these areas, and we will make lots of programs together. Dr. Henry, floor is yours. I think it will be great to listen from your side.
Inshallah. Thank you, Dr. Hussein Argun. Nasılsın?
Elhamdülillah, iyiyiz. Teşekkür ederiz.
How are you? Alhamdulillah. First of all, I'd like to say thanks to all of you for coming to this lecture about Waqf ecosystem in Indonesia. Special thanks also to Dr. Hussein Argun and Dr. Kamala Baram, who arranged this lecture today. Direct, for how many minutes, my time?
We have 45 minutes.
45 minutes.
After then, we'll make a question and answer session.
45 minutes, this is 38 slides. Okay, let's arrange. Okay.
Okay, we'll make it.
Yeah. Actually, I'm shy. Why? Because I'm delivering a lecture about Waqf in the civilization of Waqf place, in the civilization of Waqf country, especially in Konya. Okay, so the title of this presentation is New Era, Waqf Ecosystem Development in Indonesia. I am Associate Professor Dr. Henry Tanjung. Actually, this slide made by our chairman of Indonesian Waqf Board, Professor Dr. Muhammad Nuh. But our friend change the name because I present this paper, this presentation. So thanks to Professor Dr. Muhammad Nuh for giving me permission to get these slides. Okay.
Okay. It's no problem, but I'm handling it.
Okay. And this is Waqf University.
Yes, this is a Waqf University.
Waqf University.
It's now okay.
Yeah. New era Waqf Development Indonesia. Okay, next. Yeah, actually this presentation was delivered in the Global Waqf Conference in Istanbul last 2 days by our chairman, and I get permission to bring here. Next. I'd like to divide 4 parts of my presentation. The first part is introduction and Waqf principle. Second, input-output model. So this is like industry, input-output model,
Input
of
and
Waqf ecosystem and shifting paradigm. The third one, new era Waqf and development, and last is conclusion. Next. Okay. Now, introduction and Waqf principles. Actually, from hadith, Umar once said, "O Messenger of Allah, I have acquired property that I've never had before, and I'd like to be close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala." And Messenger of Allah then replied, "Keep the corpus intact and give its produce as sadaqah." In Arabic, we call it habasta aslaha wa tasaddaqta biha. Because at that time, Umar bin Khattab acquired a very huge land in Khaybar after winning the war. So Umar gave it as sadaqah, declaring the property must not be sold or inherited or given away as gift. So from that hadith, there are 2 issues. The first is keep the corpus intact, and the second one, give its produce as sadaqah. Meaning that there are 2 sides. One side is the equity, and the other side is added value process. Meaning that Waqf should be productive. In equity, maintaining and increasing should be multiplying Waqf and Waqf assets. And the other side is added value process as a productive Waqf contribute to 5 pillars Maqasid Sharia. And this is the Nazir area, meaning that this should be the duty of Nazir, the task of Nazir to manage Waqf. Next. So there are 4 Waqf values. First one is power of giving. And the second one is productivity and benefit and eternity. So power of giving is a very famous formula to be happy. If you want to be happy, please give others, and then you will be happy. So there is a book, Happiness by Giving, or Giving Make You Happy. This is a very famous book. I wrote it and a couple years ago. And productivity and benefit and eternity, yeah, sustain. Okay, next. These 5 principles of Maqasid Sharia: Hifzuddin, Hifzul Nafs, Hifzul Akal, Hifzul Nasab, and Hifzul Mal. Preservation of faith, preservation of life, preservation of intellect, preservation of lineage, and preservation of wealth. So Maqasid Sharia comprises those benefits, the 5 benefits. It aims at the attainment of good welfare benefits and warding of evil, injury, loss as masalah ibadah. Next. So this delinquates among maqasid, maslah, and instrument. Yeah. So look at the pyramid. Yeah, pyramid from the essentials, the daruriyat, coming to the complements, hajiyat, and then last one is the embellishment of the tahsiniyat. So all these 3 related to the Waqf system, zakat system, and also infaq sadaqah. Because in this tree, they will realize that Maqasid Sharia is there. So KPI of maslahah, KPI, key performance of index of maslahah. So there is a religion, life, intellectual, lineage, and wealth. When you pay Waqf, for example, this university, when somebody gave Waqf to this university, actually he or she saved the religion, he saved the life, he saved the intellectual, he saved the lineage, and he saved the wealth. And according to Islam, for example, we are talking about Islamic financial instrument, for example, in consumption function. Look, in the consumption function, there is increase. When national income increase, the consumption also increase. But there is an autonomous consumption, that is zakat. And you should pay before you consume anything. Okay? So this is the beauty of Islam, that every income that you acquire, you should give for zakat. Then, and if we realize the history about Waqf, okay, in the civilization, we are trying to consider Waqf to be included in the domain of ijtihad, which must be seen as a blessing, its ability to answer the problems of today's ummah. For example, variations in the use of Waqf models, both socially oriented and productivity, Umar Palm Gardens, like in the Khaybar, and also the wells of Usman. Yeah, I visit well of Usman last May, because I did Umrah last May, and the well is renovated, in the process of renovation. And the second one, the health and social insurance. This is about insurance. Our brother, insurance. In the era of the Abbasiyah Caliphate, we call it Bimaristan, or now hospital. Before, there are no hospital. They call Bimaristan. The birth of the 4 oldest hospitals in the world. The first one in the Baghdad, in the era of Harun al-Rashid. The first hospital built in 850. After decrease. 850 after decrease. Okay, and it is based on Waqf, established from Waqf. And the one, the prosperity in the era of Umar ibn Abdul Aziz, the use of Baitul Mal funds, zakat, infaq, sadaqah, Waqf, fay, kharaj, to finance what? To finance productive business. So Waqf can also use for, utilize for productive business. Like in Indonesia, we have Waqf of palm oil plantation. We have Waqf of palm oil plantation. I think around 100 acres. Size is acres. Acres 100 multiplied by 100.
100, yes.
And the time of knowledge institutions, Baghdad Library, Al-Qarawiyah in Morocco, Al-Azhar in Egypt, also with Waqf funds. Okay, like this university also with Waqf funds. I should add one. Karata University.
Yes, we have to add one. 1250.
Fundraising ahead of Tabuk War by the Prophet Muhammad SAW, funding for the Palestine Liberation Expedition by Salahuddin Al-Ayyubi. There's a Salahuddin, Dr. Salahuddin.
Yes, Salahuddin, Dr.
Salahuddin Al-Ayyubi. Some of which were categorized as Waqf by scholars. See, actually all Palestinian formerly Waqf, but now destroyed. And construction of the Hijaz Railway line, I think from Turkey.
Yes.
Hijaz Railway from Turkey to Makkah. That is Waqf.
From Istanbul to Mecca.
Istanbul to Makkah. That is Waqf. Is a railway Waqf. I don't know. Is there still now?
The railway
the railway is there?
It's not working now.
Not working.
Not working.
Oh my God. That's Waqf. Which was financed by the Nazir across the country. And financial institutions like bank based on the cash Waqf in the Ottoman era city of Bursa, the 16th and 18th century at its peak contribution to a Waqf Ottoman Turkish state budget. You see, in Bursa, for example, yesterday, on the day before yesterday, I visit Bursa. And Bursa, from history, we know that the city, the 300 of cash Waqf sustained there, and a very good development. Only 81%, only 19% not grow, not develop. Otherwise, 81% they accumulate the cash Waqf. Is it Murat Izaksa here?
Yeah, Murat Izaksa is our. We are working together, but he's not here.
He's not here.
He's in Bursa.
He's in Bursa now?
Yes, Bursa now.
Oh. So how to revive Waqf values for digital native in the digital era? Okay. This is history. Now we want to move forward. Thanks. Now, second, input-output models. This is the industrial framework for the Waqf system and shifting paradigm. Okay. So look, input, Waqf and Waqf assets. Output, yeah, of course, maximum impact of the outcome that goes to the beneficiaries as a Waqf alay. And what is this very important duty or process is that Nazir. Okay, Nazir make the input to be output with the competency of Nazir, sustainable value creation and good Waqf governance, feedback driver, raising Waqf and Waqf asset. You see, we Indonesian has launched the Waqf core principles. See, Waqf core principles, WCP. We launched 2018 in the annual meeting of World Bank in Bali, in Indonesia, and I'm one of the team who formulate the Waqf core principles. There are seven nations. They are quiet: Australia, Indonesia, Malaysia, New Zealand, and Jeddah, and Saudi Arabia. Yeah, Saudi Arabia. 7 countries, they are formulate the Waqf core principles. I will distribute the document if you want. Yeah. Next. This is the contract maximum benefit and sustainability. So if you see from the left side, Waqf give donation, give the property, give the money as a Waqf. And this will be Waqf assets. And the Nazir is a value creation. Nazir should strengthen the capacity and competence and governance to what? To make this Waqf asset beneficial to every Waqf alay. So the Nazir role here, they will act in the social sector, also in the commercial sector, because Waqf, actually the management of Waqf should be commercial because they have to get profit. Yeah, the Waqf should be accumulation, should have accumulation in number, in the quantity, but the result of the Waqf should be social sector. So Waqf is the combination of social sector and commercial sector. Next, shifting of paradigm of Waqf. Shifting paradigm from input-based. Professor Muhammad Noor said this is Waqf 1.0. And come 1.0. And the last one will be Waqf 4.0. What is Waqf 1.0? Waqf that focusing only input base. Yeah, just collect the Waqf, and after that, there's no idea to develop this Waqf assets. And it will be come to the Waqf 2.0 when you think about the process that increase the value added. So when you get land as a Waqf, so you should think how to utilize this land, for example. For what? Is that for a hospital? Is that for university? Is that for madrasa? Or is that for a graveyard, for makam, for example? And then come to Waqf 3.0, when you try to think how to optimizing distribution based. Okay, so you are thinking how to get more profit. Okay, this is Waqf asset. I will manage and I will get some profit. How to maximum the profit? That you're thinking about Waqf. This is Waqf 3.0. And the last one, Waqf 4.0, mean that transformation based, transform from beneficiaries to the new Waqf. So now they are getting the result of Waqf, but next in the future, they will give donation as a Waqf. So transformation based from the Maquf Alay to be Waqf. That is Waqf 4.0. Now, I would like to tell you about the new era of Waqf system development in Indonesia. Indonesia, Sarah has visited Indonesia. Sarah, you visit Indonesia, right? Rana visit Indonesia. How you find Indonesia? Beautiful, yeah. And this is the statistics of Indonesia. Okay, Indonesia in 2022 by Charity Aid Foundation, given that Indonesia is the first country with the highest ranking in World Giving Index. The first rank Indonesia, and then Kenya. I don't know how to measure this index. Okay, let's take it for granted. And the third one, United States. The fourth one is Australia. Fifth, New Zealand, Myanmar, Sierra Leone, Canada, Zambia. I think Turkish people must be the first one after Indonesia. Turkish and then Indonesia. Yeah. But they have some instrument, they have some variables to measure, so we cannot intervene the variables. And the most populous nations on earth, yeah, India, 1.5 billion people. And after that, China, 1.42 billion people also. And then USA, Indonesia, and the fourth one. In terms of population.
270.
In terms of population, yeah. Now reached to 300 million people. Indonesia, Pakistan, Nigeria, Brazil, Bangladesh, Russia, Mexico, Ethiopia, Japan, and then I think Turkish. How many population now Turkish?
85 million.
85 million, yeah, 5 million. So this is the statistics of Indonesia. That we have an opportunity to be a big country in the Waqf management asset. How to convert? Indonesia growing middle class will show more until 2030. In 2022, it is estimated that there will be 100 million middle class Muslim residents in Indonesia. 100 million middle class, yeah, middle class, not rich people, not poor people, middle class. If it is assumed that 2.5% of the expenditure is used for Waqf, so there is a potential of 70 trillion rupiah for Waqf everywhere, every year. Yeah, 70 trillion rupiah. How tele? I mean, Arif, how much tele? 70 trillion rupiah?
Might be it might be 1.7 or 2 trillion rupee or 2 trillion
1.7
trillion
of
tele,
of
or
tele?
maybe 20
Billion
2 billion.
Turk tele, yeah. So that you can imagine, yeah, every year how much tele?
127
Dollar
trillion.
would be better, maybe.
73 million
million
tele, yeah, 73 million per year.
per,
Per year. per year.
Sıfırlar.
This is the potential of a cash wakaf, yeah, cash wakaf. And in 2036, Indonesia, we will become the country with the second most productive workforce in the world. You see, this is Indonesia, China, India, Brazil. And Waqf conducted a survey of 20,000 millennials. You know millennials? Millennials is the youth who age between 16 to 20 or 25.
25.
25. Yeah. Rana, are you millennial? Yeah? Fadil also millennial. Naufal, Fadil. Yeah. So, around the world. Yeah. There is a survey, 20,000 millennials around the world about their opinion on religion and happiness. Okay. The question is religion make you happy? This is the question to the millennials, 20,000 millennials survey. And the opinion that religion makes happiness are the highest in Indonesia. See? So Indonesia is the highest millennials that they say religion make me happy. After that, Tanzania, Jordan, Pakistan, Nigeria, Egypt, and then Turkey. Turkey is there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The 7th rank, yeah, of the millennials that they believe that religion make them happy. So that, yeah. New era Indonesia Waqf donor across age, youth, old, social status, rich and poor, lecturer and student, university, employee and CEO, personal and corporate. Now there is some innovation about cash wakaf in Indonesia for students. For students, we ask them to give donation as a wakaf in a very little amount of money. For example, for 1 week, only 2 lira, 2 tele per week. For 1 week, 2 tele, Turkish lira, only 2. Yeah. Egg beer, kush. What's it? 1, 2, 3. What's beer?
Bir, iki.
Yeah, iki. Iki tele. Only.
There is no water.
Yeah, this is small amount like Indonesia. Because what if we ask them in the big amount, they don't say no. But if we ask them donation in the very small amount, they say yes.
Crowdfunding.
Crowdfunding, yeah, almost like crowdfunding. And students they pay. Ikitele. Yeah.
Starting from small.
The second one, wakaf asset, diverse asset. For example, there is a wakaf land, wakaf money, wakaf gold, wakaf intellectual property right, wakaf share or wakaf stock, etc. Nazir also should be professional and certified. So in Indonesia now, we certify all the Nazir. They should be passed from the exam.
You are making the exam.
Yes, for the Nazir to be competent. No, there is no right for them to manage wakaf. They should have an exam certified. Yeah. Ecosystem approach, entrepreneur, wakaf core principles, compliance in e-services, and trade contract, digital transaction, mobile apps. And now in Indonesia, every bank they have own mobile apps for wakaf. Yeah. And Makufale beneficiary, personal, institution, public service, and business social entity. This main agenda wakaf system development. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. The first one, public trust, because if the Nazir is not trusty person, so Waqf will not pay wakaf to you. Yeah, public trust is very important. So how to build public trust? Implementation of wakaf core principles and e-services and maximum impact for Makufalaya or beneficiary. increasing capacity, professionalism, and militancy of Nazir, continuous competency upskilling certification, and set up Center of University Cooperation. We have Center of University Cooperation. Center of University Cooperation. We have around 71 university. They have cooperation to build Waqf ecosystem, like to do research about Waqf, like to campaign about Waqf, etc. Improving literacy and education of Waqf, socialization and public dissemination of Waqf, especially in school and campus. So we have some activity like Waqf goes to campus. Waqf goes to campus. So millennials, we ask them to campaign about Waqf. And we choose 1, 2, 3 of them as a Duta Waqf. You know Duta Waqf? Duta Waqf, the man who is responsible to campaign Waqf. I don't know what's in Turkish.
Hocam biraz anlatıyorum. Yani elçi yani vakıf için öyle bir elçilik yani vakıflar nasıl bir şekilde yapılmasını ikna etmek ve öğretmek. Sonra da İngilizce olarak endorse yani yani vakıflar yani bir vakıf yapanlar için ikna etmek demek yani.
Vakıf gönüllüsü.
Evet, vakıfla gönüllüsü yani.
Voluntary.
Voluntary, yes.
What's the words you used?
Duta.
Duta.
Duta.
That's your language.
Bahasa.
right?
Language, yeah.
Okay.
And legal and institutional harmonization, we have a Waqf law amendments because the first of Waqf law 2004, and now we are processing amendment of the Waqf law and institutional coordination. And the last one, if user-friendly, convenient, easy to Waqf fulfill and compliances, we have digital transformation and Waqf product innovation. And this is digital transformation of national Waqf ecosystem. We also build a new measurement about Waqf in the country. We call it National Waqf Index. Yeah. We make 6 variables: regulatory factor, institution factor, process factor, system factor, outcome factors, and impact factors. In every factors, we have 3 variables. Like in the regulatory factor, we have regulation support, budget support, training support. And we measure all provinces. Yeah, all provinces in Indonesia, we use this index, and we have ranking for which province with the highest rank, and then we give award or reward without punishment. We give reward. This is about National Waqf Index, and this is the results. 2020 National Waqf Index scored 0.123, the category less, but now improving. 2002 become sufficient, 0.274.
What are the categories, doctor?
This one?
Only less and sufficient, or you have more categories?
No, less, sufficient, and
Outstanding.
yeah, outstanding. Yeah, outstanding. And this is the improvement from 2022 to 2022. And this is about the literacy. Also, we measure about the literacy of the people about zakat and wakaf. The left one is zakat, and after that wakaf. You see, there is a differentiation between zakat and wakaf. Zakat is more known for the people than wakaf. Okay. Now, you see in the literacy, zakat higher than wakaf. In the basic knowledge, zakat and also higher than wakaf. And the advanced knowledge also zakat higher than wakaf. So in every category, zakat is higher than wakaf in the context of literacy of the people. Now, how to increase number of professional and militants and Nazir? So we offer the certification, yeah, because without certification, they are not competent. Alhamdulillah, we ask many partners to offer this certification. Organized around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, around 11 institutions. Then until now, September 2023, we have certified 301 Nazir. This is personally, yeah, because
Mm.
competency is person, given to person, not given to institution. For example, for example, so I follow the training and I got the exam. After passing, I got certified. I am certified Nazir. So I'm competent to manage Waqf, for example. Alhamdulillah, 301 Nazir. Becoming 5,000, inshallah, in the next year.
Inshallah.
This is some activity of Waqf goes to campus. We campaign Waqf to the all millennials, to every campus, introducing embed Waqf lifestyle, because now they are students, but in the coming 10 years, in the coming 20 years, they will be director, they will be manager, they will be governor, and they will pay Waqf. So Waqf is not the instant results. This is a processing. Okay? When you introduce Waqf now, maybe the result coming in the next 10 years, not now. So Waqf Endowment Fund University, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 university now has participated in this cash Waqf link sukuk instruments, around 52 million US dollar. This is total for August 2023. This is the scheme of cash Waqf link sukuk private placement. Yeah. Cash Waqf link sukuk actually, like you buy sukuk, and then the result of the sukuk, you give donation as sadaqah, not come to your pocket. And then after that, after 1 or 2 years, you get the capital, the total amount of sukuk that you given before. So this is scheme cash Waqf link sukuk, and alhamdulillah, this scheme has been awarded by Islamic Development Bank as the most innovative Islamic financial instruments in this year. 2023, Indonesia win the prize of Islamic Development Bank as the most innovative Islamic financial instrument. Cash Waqf link sukuk. They give certificate and also money. And money, we give it as a sadaqah. We give it also as Waqf, cash Waqf. So the prize from the Islamic Development Bank, we give it to Nazir as a Waqf also. So from Waqf to Waqf.
Sustaining this system.
Yes, yes. This is a scheme of cash Waqf link sukuk. Now, when we are talking about Waqf land usage, Indonesia, number of Waqf land location, 44,000. Yeah. 440,512 location. Because Indonesia is a huge country. And around 50 to 7 hectares. Growth number of location 6% per year. So it will be accumulated. But most of them utilized for masjid or jami. And the second one for madrasah. And the third one for graveyard. Yeah. Only small amount for productive. Yeah. For commercial purpose. And this is one of the best practice about Waqf Indonesia, Ahmad Wardi Eye Hospital. This is special eye hospital, but this is Waqf. Alhamdulillah, Indonesian Waqf Board has built this hospital. And this is, we also complete the facilities with glaucoma and retina center. All facilities Waqf asset. So we buy the glaucoma center, the retina center with Waqf asset. And this health services performance of Ahmad Wardi Hospital. Alhamdulillah, number of patients last year 36,000 patients.
It's in Jakarta.
No, in Serang, in
Serang.
Bandung, 3 hours from Jakarta. Yeah. And this is Indonesian Waqf Board program now, and it's going on, digital Waqf ecosystem. we are trying to develop Waqf as a business. Okay, we try to make integration hub between Indonesian Waqf Board and all and Nazi partners, aggregators, channels, technological partners. They are there, and the beneficiaries will to be Waqf Balai would be given to Waqf Balai. Function also there, information provider, online services, digital fundraising, development of Waqf models. And this is scope of digitalization, integration of data, transaction, information, and communication. Now we are doing what is called Satu Waqf. Satu Waqf means application IT system for managing all asset of Waqf in Indonesia with the technological information. The online services, digital fundraising, product innovation there, yeah, cooperation. And now we come to conclusion and recommendation. One, according historical observation, Waqf have proved very huge contribution. Indonesia have modalities and opportunities to develop Waqf ecosystem because of what? As a number of Muslim population, religiosity, demographic dividend, well care improvement, first giving index, and the big four of the country that have biggest GDP. The third one, dissemination of Waqf to millennial digital society should be done imperatively in building of new generation Waqf. And the fourth one, mindset shifting of Waqf management on Nazid and digital transformation are the effort to strengthen Waqf ecosystem. Yeah. Izin teşekkür ederiz.
Terima kasih. Alhamdulillah. Thank you very much, Dr. Henry.
Yes,
It was great opportunity to listen you and the Waqf developments of Indonesia. I'm sorry. Thank you very much for this very well deserved organization and presentation. It was very interesting to hear what's going on in Indonesia, all around the world. It's a really interesting topic for us. From the beginning, we've taken some historical points. What was the name of the hospital?
Bimaristan.
Bimaristan. We start from Bimaristan through the Ottoman Empire. We have a very good tradition for Waqfs.
Yeah.
But I think the National Waqf Index is very interesting, innovative issue.
Yeah.
And also the cash Waqf linked school, the IDB prize that it's Indonesia.
Yeah.
It's a really good development. Thank you
Yes.
very much, Dr. Henry, for this nice presentation. We have audience, PhD students, master students, bachelor students. Maybe they have to want.
And also Indonesians.
Oh,
So
Indonesian
many
friends.
Indonesians.
Indonesian
Welcome,
friends.
eh?
Welcome,
Selamat
friends.
datang.
You want to ask questions? I can take the Q&A session.
Q&A.
Okay.
Bu yaklaşmaya rağmen üretken konvansiyonel bankacılık sisteminin payını durmadan duruyor. Sonuçta bütün bu sistem insanları faizden korumak istiyor değil mi? Temel mevzusu bu. Basic ambition to encourage the uninterested system.
Right, especially Islamic banks.
Islamic banks.
Yes.
What's the rate of Islamic bank or what's the rate of conventional rates in your country?
What?
He want to learn about the conventional system and Islamic financial system, the rates.
Oh.
Okay, he says you are making all these Waqf issues for making prohibiting Muslims from interest and riba, other issues. But he want to learn what's the rate of Islamic banking in Indonesia. Because Mr. Yet is coming from a participation bank. He wants to learn from inside.
Yeah. Alhamdulillah, Islamic banks in Indonesia now is growing. We have the biggest one, Islamic banks. I think even the biggest, 10 biggest in the world. Bank Syariah Indonesia. Yeah, this is a joint of 3 banks before. 3 Islamic banks joined to be 1 bank. So this is big, very, very, very big. And now we have branches in Dubai.
MashaAllah.
This Islamic Bank has branches in Dubai also. Now, yeah, very good. If you want to know about the Islamic banks, I will give you my book. 3 because it's a lecture of 300 pages. So it takes time to explain about Islamic banks.
Hocam kitaplarını tavsiye ediyor. Ama yanlış hatırlamıyorsam %9'lar civarında Türkiye'ye hemen hemen yakın olması lazım. Endonezya'daki İslami finans oranının da. Sorumuz varsa alalım. Buyurun. English please.
First, my name is Anna, and I'm in the 7th semester
7th semester.
at the Department of Islamic Economics.
Islamic school.
And my question is, suppose if there is someone in Indonesia and they try for thank you, principal, right?
Yes.
So what are the challenges of development of this?
The challenges
Yeah, challenges.
of the cash wakaf loan sukuk.
Actually,
Almost nothing. Almost nothing. Because you see, when they first introduced this cash wakaf loan sukuk, 6 university, big university, they buy the sukuk. Yeah. So, Alhamdulillah, we are lucky with this condition, with this, with our country, our religiosity also, and world giving index, the first one also. Yeah, almost nothing. The problem of is literation. Yeah, that the data that I showed you before, literation is low, still low about Waqf. So that's why we have program Waqf goes to campus, Waqf goes to school. We have some ceremony, some research competition about Waqf, essay competition about Waqf, etc. Duta Waqf, etc. Yeah, some activity to make literation more and more to the people.
Actually, it's one of the main problems. Interesting. My question would be, Dr. Henry, you mentioned about developing Waqf core principles, and 7 countries were involved, right? Including Western countries.
Yes, yes.
And at the beginning of your presentation, also you mentioned that Turkey, we know from history, it's a country which was leading of system. But unfortunately, actually, I was waiting to hear among these 7 countries the name of one country, but it's not there.
Yeah.
What do you think? What's the main reason that Turkey is not included into this into the list of 7 countries? And what would be your recommendation for Turkey? Because yes, in past we were very strong, but after the introduction of the Republic of Turkey, we can say that we started to we stopped actually the even what we had. We stopped that and we didn't put anything new on. So as a scholar and a practitioner in this field, what would be your practices for Turkey? What would you do?
Okay, let's see Waqf core principle, right? This is Google.
Yeah, Google.
No, this
What you would
like Waqf core principle. Waqf core. Sorry.
It's Turkish.
Principles. No. The principles. English. Principles. Okay. Waqf core principles.
Bottom of Indonesia, the third one.
So this World Bank-
PWI, I think.
And so this is the document core principle for effective Waqf preparation, a joint initiative, Central Bank of Indonesia, Indonesian Waqf Board, and Islamic Development Bank. International Working Group on Waqf Principles, October 2018. This is launched in the annual meeting. Okay. Let's see the Waqf core principle. We download it, okay, so that you know which country participate in writing this core principles.
Maybe Turkey said.
Hopefully, because we, like you mentioned, New Zealand,
This one.
Australia.
This one. Dr. Muhammad Ubaidullah from IRT IDB,
Okay.
Hilmun Izar from IDB, Dadang Mulyawan Bank Indonesia, Bank Indonesia, Artirani Bank Indonesia, Imam Tukana Indonesian Waqf Board, Dr. Henry Tanjung Indonesian Waqf Board, Dr. Munusin Indonesian Waqf Board, Dr. Hussein Awqaf New Zealand,
New Zealand,
New Zealand, South Africa,
Australia,
Muhammad Australia, and this one
Kuwait.
quite Bosnia,
Even Bosnia.
yeah, and World Bank. And this from Indonesia University, Vegetarian Institute. I think I don't know the right answer of your question, but I will ask the central bank, because all of them invited by central bank. I think they have invited some person in the Turkey, but I think I don't know what's the reason that they didn't participate in this in this document, because this document is very important to have a regulation about Waqf, effective Waqf operation and supervision around the world. See, there is like here. This is I would like to go to the. This is so many about risk management. Let's take this one. This is Sharia governance, and this is about market risk. How Nazir should be aware of market risk, and how Nazir should be aware of the country and transfer risk. There is also here additional criteria. This is essential criteria. Essential criteria is very, it's mandatory, but for additional criteria according to the country, if they want to implement or not. This is additional criteria. So we make it 3 years. 3 years.
to work on system.
Yes. Before launching at the annual meeting of World Bank.
I think it's very important to take in a sustainable system.
Yes,
And
yes.
also, I think the index, establishing an index and certifying the Nazirs is
Yeah.
bringing sustainability.
And from this core principles, I made one index. Yeah, Waqf core principle index implementation. And we measure 31 Nazir last year, and I published in my book about the results.
But still, we have 3,000 more.
This doesn't. My website. Can you see? henrytanjung.com.
What certification of Nazir, Prof? How long it takes? How many modules they are undertaking?
More modules. There are 10 types of the modules.
And how long it takes normally?
For one module,
Let me check.
for one module, 2 days training and 1 day for exam. Yeah, this one. Yeah, this is buku-buku. This is my book.
Buku-buku.
Yeah, this is
Kitaplar.
about
Daplar.
Kitab Laj. This is my book. 40 books here. Yeah.
Mashallah.
This is Indeks Implementasi Waqf Core Principles tahun 2022. This is the results. Yeah,
And the results here,
results here.
with the 30 Nazirs.
Yeah, only 31 Nazirs, because I could not measure all Nazirs. And I got this funded from our central bank. Yeah.
But I think good idea for our students, lots of Indonesian and Turkish students. Maybe they can
Yes.
make such
Yes.
researches.
Yeah,
This is the
we can
horizon.
make collaboration research.
Yeah, of
about
course,
this one.
collaborative
And
research.
our MOU, inshallah.
Yeah, MOU, yes, yes, you're right.
Inshallah.
And this is my book about Waqf today.
Is there any obligation for Nazir? For example, Wallahi billahi, I do everything correct, like this.
Yeah, there is a supervision from the Indonesian Waqf Board. If they don't do correctly, we will punish. We will send to the jail. Yeah, there is a regulation, Act number 41, 2004. Very clear. This is like business. Yeah.
Is there another question?
In
Dr.
Turkey,
Necip?
we mostly use the word mütevelli, which you also used in the slides instead of Nazir.
Yeah, but Indonesia always using Nazir
Nazir
Yeah.
Waqf.
Nazir Waqf.
Türkiye'de
mütevelli,
mütevelli
ya.
kullanmıyor yani. Vakıf mütevellisi
Mütevelli.
yöneticisi anlamında. So, but also you
Is
in the
there-
slides you use the word somewhere. I saw
Yeah,
the word
somewhere, yeah.
mütevelli.
Yeah. Is there any difference between Mutawalli and Nazir?
No, it's maybe
Same, yeah.
I think it's the same.
Same.
I have a question about a very short question about the history of Waqf in Indonesia.
Mm.
I know that your independence is 1945 from Netherlands, right?
Yes.
So did Netherlands destroy all the awqaf from the
Yes.
history of Muslim history?
You are
They
right.
destroyed everything.
You are right.
So you had to start
From
zero.
From zero.
Okay, but you didn't mention that, which is a very high accomplishment
Yeah.
for Indonesia.
Yeah.
For example, we inherited most of the awqaf,
Yeah.
but unfortunately we also did some mistakes.
Yeah.
We also destroyed some awqaf, but alhamdulillah we took most of it.
Yeah. Because you are not occupied by other country.
Yeah.
You conquer all the world. But Indonesia is occupied by one country. So
Unfortunately.
he dominate all the
So you had to start over from zero.
from zero.
I think this is very important. So you should mention this also when you talk
Yeah.
about awqaf in Indonesia, because
Thank
you
you.
start from the very beginning. MashaAllah. Yeah.
Thank you, Professor.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that is different between Indonesia and Turkey.
Yeah.
Turkey has the ability to conquer all the world, but Indonesia has a history dominated by other countries.
Yeah, we had also hard times in the last century, similar issues. But long story.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Another question from Indonesian side. Friends? Please.
Şurada mülhak vakıflar diye bir tabir var.
Mulhak.
Yani şöyle bir dede torunların kavga etmesin diye mülkiyetini vakıflaştırıyor. Oradan arkadan gelen nesil işte kirasından falan filan faydalanıyor. Onlarda acaba böyle bir şeyin onlarda bir karşılığı var mı? Veya bunun İslami bir tarafı var mı?
Zürri vakfı aslında bunlar. Zürri, aile vakfı yani. Değil mi?
Tabii tabii.
Mulhak vakfının
Keşke
Keşke şeyinize sorsaydım.
Deneyeyim mi ben?
Neydi adı?
Please.
Do you have also family wakf? I mean, somebody is rich, but he donates all his wealth as a wakf, but says from now on the money will only be used for my leniency, but for the poor of my grandsons and granddaughters, etc.
Yes.
This is called zurri wakf or
We-
family
we-
wakf.
We call it
Do you have
Waqf
this idea?
Ahli.
Wakf
Waqf Ahli.
Ahli.
Ahli Arabic family.
Mhm.
Ahli.
Wakf ahli. You
Ah,
have this
wakf ahli.
practice also.
Yes. We have practice in Indonesia.
In Turkey çoğunlukla kalmadı herhalde.
Burada çok oluyor.
Var mı?
Yani torunlar kavga etmesin diye yapıyor. Arkadan gelen nesil.
I see.
For example, the richest person in the Istanbul,
Mhm.
Sabancı.
Koç, Sabancı.
Maybe we can say Sabancı,
Yeah.
Koç. They are rich
Maybe, yeah.
families and they have wakfs.
Yeah. So I think it's very interesting if he pay Waqf for Ahli. Zuriyat Waqf.
Zürri vakfı.
Yes.
Koç'un var değil mi? Koç var.
Ama Koçuk bir aile vakfı değil. Genel vakfı. Eğitim vesaire.
Sabancı'nın?
O da öyledir. Aile vakfı değil. The rich people in Turkey don't do it vakf ehli.
Oh.
It's a regular vakf.
Regular Waqf. Yeah.
Prof, you also mentioned that every Islamic bank, Sharia bank in Indonesia has their Waqf app. Right?
Yes.
This app serves for what?
These apps are for collecting Waqf, cash Waqf, collecting cash
From
Waqf
customers.
for customers.
Then this collected money is channeled where?
Channel to Nazir.
To Nazir of?
To Nazir, yeah, every Nazir want to register in this bank.
Okay.
Okay. For example, I'm Nazir. Okay. I would like to collect money. So I use Islamic Bank. Please give my name in your system so
Okay.
that your customer will give donate to me.
Mhm.
So that's
So
only
it's only
the
for
role of
Sharia banks, right?
Only Sharia bank.
Mesela İslami bankalarda orada her katılım bankanın vakıf uygulaması var. Mütevelli bankayla çalışarak mütevelli her müşteri, bankanın müşterisi para şeyini, bağışını bulabiliyor, vakfedebiliyor. Cash vakf yani para vakfı. Bu da ilginç yani sadece katılım bankalarından. Very interesting, really interesting. As Prof. Necmettin mentioned, Indonesia is a country which started later,
Yeah,
but had very great progress.
alhamdulillah.
Also in Waqf issue, Islamic financial
Yes.
issues and sukuk issues, capital markets,
Capital
Indonesia is
market.
making great
Capital
heart.
Innovations,
Innovation.
generally, innovations in Islamic finance. Mashallah.
And also we understand the link between Islamic banks and Waqfs.
Yeah.
There's a good
There is
cooperation.
a good collaboration, yes, very linked tight. Yes.
İncelenir.
In Turkey also Islamic banks can collect donations for
Then, yeah.
Islamic NGOs, but it's not in the form of cash waqf.
Oh,
Donation.
donation,
donation.
just donation.
Yeah, just
Sadaka.
donation. Kind of sadaqah, or maybe you can choose sadaqah or zakat, so they are careful about zakat.
Yeah.
But it's never in the form of cash waqf. So the idea of cash waqf is not relevant in Turkey now.
Oh.
There is nothing called cash waqf in Turkey
Yeah.
currently.
Even though it was invented
Yeah.
during
Indonesia, actually Indonesia, the fatwa of cash waqf
Mhm.
launched in 2002.
2000.
Yeah, the fatwa
Mhm.
by our Islamic great scholars, fatwa.
Mhm.
From there, cash waqf come bigger. Before there, no one knows about cash waqf. After fatwa issued, so everyone know about cash waqf.
Mhm.
Who issues this fatwa?
Indonesia Muslim ulama.
Ulama.
Indonesia ulama
Council, kind
council,
of council.
yes. Majelis Ulama Indonesia.
Mhm.
Meclis
Yeah,
Ulema.
Majelis.
Hmm.
Majelis Ulama Indonesia.
And also we see that in halal certificate and other issues, Meclis Ulema is giving. to
Yeah,
Indonesian, I
yeah,
think,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
We have It's really interesting. Another question? Dr. Seyfettin, would you like? Okay. I think we don't have any more questions. After that, we
Yes.
can close our
The
program.
previous, yes.
Yes. We can close the program. After then, if you want to ask some questions, maybe you can reach us or Dr. Henry from his emails and the other issues. Thank you very much, Dr. Henry.
Yeah.
That was a very nice program because Waqf issue, also social finance, Islamic finance is very important from our perspective. We see lots of developments in innovative instruments, especially cash Waqf linked sukuk is very important because IDB prized it in Indonesia for this Islamic financial prize. It's really important. I also advise my students and other participants, this issue is very important. We can make some researches and collaborative issues regarding these issues. Thank you very much, Dr. Henry, for your participation and your coming to the City of Law.
And inshallah, I will send Asad Zaman come here.
Inshallah. We are waiting Asad Zaman, inshallah, for we will study, inshallah, together. And thank you for our audience from YouTube channel and your participants. Thank you very much for your participation. It's getting late. I think it's 7:30. We have started in 45 minutes, but it takes more than 1 hour. Inshallah, next time in the Karate Islamic Economics and Finance Lot 7, we will meet on online or offline. We'll try to make it hybrid because we like it. If there's an audience and there's some leave questions on fly questions, it will be more beneficial for everybody. Thank you very much and have a nice day. Thank you very much. This was just